What's up, Cam? I'm going to do Ride with Dave today. Talk about a couple different topics. Two of them that might actually seem at odds with each other. Oh, that barbecue smells good. Come on, come on! It's great you're giving them money, but I don't want to get stuck here. Nobody coming? Good. So, I don't know why this thought just popped into my head lately, but I'm going to, I'm very strongly considering changing my lifestyle a good bit. Downsizing and simplifying a lot of things in my life. Cars, bikes, gun collections, all kinds of stuff. Sorry, I sort of have to concentrate. Anyway, I just started thinking today about a lot of the stuff that I have and things that I have that are cool, that I enjoy, but at the same time, I don't really need. You know, I look at my John Wick room, I call it my gun closet. I think about all the different carry guns, and in my head I'm like, well, I have this gun for that reason, and this would be for shit hits the fan, and this is for hunting, this is for that. Meanwhile, you know, I don't do any of those things. You know, I come up with use cases for things to justify. And sure, it'll be there if that situation were to ever arise. But the thing is, I don't hunt. I'd like to have a gun that would be appropriate for that if I decided to, or if I needed to. But I'm kind of like, if I add up all the guns and all the ammo I have sitting in the closet, somewhere in the ballpark of $20,000, realistically, if I were to sell it all. I wouldn't sell it all. I need a small carry gun, a full-size, duty-size sidearm, you know, handgun for the nightstand, or if I wanted to carry where I needed a little more firepower and the little pocket gun wasn't enough. I need a shotgun. I need a hunting rifle. I think I need an AR-15 or, you know, one assault rifle, just because they're fun to have. And if there ever was an emergency situation, you gotta have one. And then maybe like a 22, a couple of my 22s for plinking. I think everything else I should probably just freaking get rid of. I know they're worth money, but they're just sitting there. And it's like, I like having them, but I'm starting to question some things. I don't know, it almost sounds like midlife crisis, but I'm just reevaluating some things. You know, I work hard, and as a result, I make good money, and I play hard. And it's fun, but at the end of the day, I'm kind of like, do I really have anything to show for it? I love the Corvette. Yeah, it's fun, the attention it gets, and everybody wants to talk about it, and it is brilliant to drive. But it's a very expensive car, and it's expensive to run, and yeah, it's under warranty right now, but if it ever went out of warranty, if I kept it that long, it'd be very expensive to maintain. Oil changes are $300, and every so often you got to get the dual clutch transmission flushed and filter replaced and stuff, and that's a $1,400 service. You know, it's and so I'm just like, and the same thing with the bike. You know, it's this $18,000 bike. In today's world, that's not that much. I mean, it's the same as an R1 and everything. But I was just like, you know what? If I added up all the shit that I waste money on. I can make a very big difference in like accumulating wealth and stuff, because the thing is I don't save a lot of money. Yeah, I put money in a 401k and stuff like that, and I just try to keep some money in the bank, but for what I make, you would think I'd have a lot more. But I don't, because I'm always buying watches. I buy nice bikes all the time. I buy nice cars. We have a very nice house. And I think I maybe need to just get to a point where I feel like, you know, retirement's on the horizon. I need to really start planning seriously for that. But also I think I'm just kind of like where I still am a bit bored with riding. I think a lot of things, it's like, yeah, it just doesn't bring me as much joy as it did. Half throttle wheelie. Nice. Anyway, so I think I'm going to go through and liquidate my firearms collection and get rid of a lot of that stuff. Just pick out the pieces. What do I really want, you know? I need an AR. Okay. I'll keep my one that's set up for precision work. I need a shotgun. Alright, I'll keep my over-under and maybe one pump. So I'll have two. For a hunting rifle, I don't know. I have a 308 bolt action set up really nice with a scope. Then again, anything I'm likely to hunt around here, I could probably just use my lever action 44 Magnum, a Henry. That's kind of a cooler, interesting rifle. You know, get rid of my 270, get rid of the 308, get rid of one of my ARs, maybe even get rid of two of my ARs, get rid of my revolvers, just keep a carry gun, my Glock 19, get rid of the sub 2000, just get rid of a bunch of shit. And then start looking at vehicles. I think I love this bike, but honestly, like, you know, getting the valves done and service, it's an expensive bike to maintain. It's not as bad as people make it out to be, but you can't do shit with it for exhaust and tuning for under $4 grand if you want to do it properly and keep your warranty intact. And so, you know, I'm looking at that Yamaha, that new R9. I actually like 600s. While I talk down to a lot of 600 owners, because most 600 guys are freaking dorks. They couldn't afford the 1000, they got the 600, and they think it is the fastest thing ever, and it'll beat any car and everything out there, and their 600 does, you know, 180 miles an hour all day long, and they can ride and hang out with boosas, and they're just fucking retards. And it doesn't. They don't understand that, you know, how speedo error works. But I actually like 600s a lot. I like the revvy nature. I love how their agility, and I look at that R9, and for less than 13 grand, you'll be able to tune it and throw a pipe on it cheaply. You have 115 horsepower, close to 70 foot-pounds of torque, which is almost leader bike territory, lower end of leader bike territory, but it's up there. That's a lot of torque, 50% more than a 600. And you got Brembo stylemas and radial calipers, and you got braided lines and an IMU and auto blip and proper suspension. Like, that's going to be a fantastic bike. And it's a Yamaha. It'll be cheap to own and maintain. And I'm kind of like, maybe I need to just downsize and actually go to that bike and just frickin' stay with it for a while. Stop flipping bikes every year. Buy a bike and keep it for 3 or 4 years. Just buy it outright, pay it off, whatever, and just have a bike. It doesn't have to be the latest and greatest. It doesn't have to be the sexy Italian bike. Just go out and ride the thing occasionally, do a track day once in a while. And then I'm thinking about the same thing with the car. What is this jerk off doing? Ugh, what an asshole. So, you know, then I think about the car. And I'm like, the Corvette's awesome, but I think after a while it will have run its course. And maybe go back to a truck. Something practical. Come on. behind an Asian driver. Asian female. That would explain it. Serenity now. I'm looking at those 2025, the new Colorados. Trail Boss. Comes with a 2-inch factory lift and completely decked out, everything loaded to the gills, and you're looking at like 43, 44,000. Hell of a bargain. Way cheaper than the Vet. Just drive it for 5 years. I'm scaling down my watch collection, getting rid of a bunch of stuff, just giving stuff away. And kind of like, now with that, I'm probably going to stay into watches. I like watches. I like the mechanics. But I think I want to get away from just buying everything I see that's a good deal and really focus on getting down to like a very small, much smaller collection of legit quality pieces. Not the Tissot and Seiko, and the stuff that I have isn't good quality, but I'm talking about like going down to 3, 4, 5 watches and having like a Tudor and an Omega and a Baume & Mercier Riviera, the new one with the 5-day power reserve automatic. I picked those up for like $3 grand. And just focus it, you know, and then just throw even more money to 401k and just try to amass a little bit of wealth and stuff and stop spending frivolously on things that always lose me money. And that's where, with the watch collection, if you're buying Rolex and Tudor and Omega, you're not losing money on those. You say, oh, you're just going to waste $3 grand or $5 grand on a watch. Yeah, but you'll be able to turn around and sell it for most, if not all, of what you paid, and in some cases, you might make money on it. So, it's kind of where I'm at. You add a bunch of stuff up, make little changes here and there. Switching my internet provider yesterday. Getting much better service and performance. I'm saving $2,500 a year. You make another change that saves you $50 a month. Some other change, you know, all of a sudden you got an extra $500 or $600 a month that you can put towards vacations, save at the bank, put more money into 401k where it'll gain interest, as well as lower your taxable income off your paycheck, lower your tax liability. I'm trying to think a little smarter while still being able to do the things that I love. Yeah, I would miss the Corvette and stuff, but you know, I miss having a truck. I miss being able to go up off-roading. We used to have a freaking blast doing some light off-roading, and like the other day, we're sitting there having dinner. Got 10 people at my house and heating some stuff up in the microwave. Cooked with the right, you know, microwave rice cooker, and the microwave just goes poof. So now I got to run out and spend $250 on a fucking microwave at Lowe's. But I'm like, I got to borrow my wife's truck because I can't put a big microwave box in my Vet. So while it is a very fun car to have when it's your only car, you know, when my wife's out of town, I'm like, it is a bit limiting in what I can do. If I had to drop the bike off for service, you know, it's like, what could I do? You don't see a lot of cops on this road. Let's see if he pulls around and comes after us. Luckily there was that SUV in front where I was able to obscure the view a little bit, and I was able to brake a little bit. Yeah, Cameron, let's just take it easy. For a minute anyway. We'll see if we see flashy blues. I don't think he could have radared me speeding with all those cars in between blocking the view. But down a ways and turn around, but that'd be a fun video. Ticket. It's rare to see a cop rolling down this road. Here I am talking, not paying attention, and like, oh, hello, officer. And normally we would have been like really getting on it right there. Like more than double the speed limit. That would have sucked. Alright, Cam, if you can get around this Jeep. I have a feeling that if he had been able to turn around and would have done by now. So, and about that, back to that R9, it's amazing, it's staggering to me seeing all the negative press it's getting. Cameron and I were talking about it at the Chevron. We think that that bike is going to be one of their best sellers of the last 20 years. Right? Fuck. It's going to be amazing. And I think it's going to be a brilliant bike. Perfect amount of power and torque and agility and handling and electronics and stuff. That bike would slay on a road like this. Not stuck behind all these freaking out-of-towners. Alright. But, absolutely. You going up a road like this, you go, oh, R6, R1, whatever, it will not be 1 mile an hour faster on a road like this. This is insane today. The traffic, we normally get to rip up this road. Oh, this is absolutely bonkers. Well, I guess this is why we're blogging today, because the ride itself is horrible. It's the worst traffic I've seen on this road in years. Pick them off one at a time, Cam. Go. Yes, by all means, minivan, slam on the fucking brakes, retard. God, people suck. All these people that don't know, they want to come up and look at the leaf. That's what it is. It's the freaking leafers. And they come up and they just go under the speed limit. They don't know what to do when the road turns. Anyway, I'm curious what your thoughts are. I like the idea of just scaling things back. Sometimes you'll see cops in these or people pulling out. You gotta be careful. Come around this turn and there'll be some looky-loos pulling out of this overlook. Things that have been rolling through my head. Now, the area that I think will be maybe a little bit opposite of scaling down, being frugal. Any of you guys that are into watches, I want to buy my first true luxury timepiece. I've got a nice Longines Conquest. God damn it. God, I just hate people. Ugh. It's like, how do you build a motorcycle and make it slower than a minivan? You buy a trike. You buy a Can-Am. Alright, I'm about to pass Cameron and just start picking people off because this is really enraging. Hopefully we'll get some better riding later, so stay tuned for that. I'll stop vlogging in a bit and get back to just riding if we can hit some twisty roads. Fun! Without all the city folk coming up to look at yellow leaves, because they don't have those in the city. These leaves are way better than the other leaves that are in their yard. Cameron might be regretting coming up here. My goal today was to go up War Woman Road up to Highlands, North Carolina, and then go hit maybe Settles or something, you know, go hit those really fun, gnarly roads way up there off the beaten path. No, he was like, let's go to TWO. Yeah, this is outrageously crowded. Normally you come up, there's like 6 cars. Yeah, this is shit for riding. Anyway. So I'm looking at a couple different watches. I want something different. I want something that not everybody has. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a Rolex, but everybody, you know, anybody that... Rolex is for as awesome as they are, and they are, and exclusive as they are. They're a pain in the dick to deal with the authorized dealers. And, of course, by the time we get past everybody, we'll be down in the area where there'll probably be a cop waiting anyway. So I'm looking at Tudor, Baume and Mercier. Omega, Breitling, you know, the usual suspects. I'm looking for something in the $3,000 to $5,000 range. New, not used. It needs to be, I mean, I could go down to a Black Bay 41mm, nothing smaller than that. And that's the problem, like some of like the Omega speed timers, I love the classic, like a Daytona, but they're 40 mil and it's just kind of small on my arm. So preferably 42 to 44. Preferably bracelet. I don't know, see what you guys suggest. You've seen some of my watch videos. You've seen what tastes I kind of gravitate towards. Go check out the Baume and Mercier Riviera. If you want a Royal Oak, and it's got as much history as the Royal Oak. It's almost as old. Came out, I think, in 72, 73. Amazing movement. You can get them for around $3,000. It's a hell of a deal. At least there's a big crowd here today. So we'll come back and maybe chat some more. Hopefully we'll get some better riding. Anyway, be back in a bit. That could have been the most frustrating ride up here. That could have been, yeah. Just absolutely ridiculous. It was like, as soon as it started, like, oh, there's no one up here. Cop. Yeah. And those stupid trikes. I'm like, how do you possibly make a bike slower than a car and a minivan? I'm like, that's how. You know what sounds really nice? Let's go up here on fucking trikes and take fucking forever. Ugh. Anyway, we'll be back.